The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Forum, assemble. You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, we have our riddle inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hi.
Jay. No, they need to see you, Jay. Jay.
I don't do that. That's someone
my
else.
fault. My fault. That's my fault.
No.
Sorry.
They need to see you, Jay. I blame Jay. Jay, if Jay wanted to be seen, he would have been seen. Exactly. Whatever. Next, we have our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
You call him the silent assassin, but then you try to out what he looks like in front of everybody.
Listen, outside of the four of us, everyone who's ever seen Jay's face, gone. Most people don't know that. There's a whole group of people that don't even watch us on YouTube. They only listen to the archive for that reason.
Like he had a job being the guard on watch of Jeffrey Epstein, and look at him.
Wait, what? Wait, what? What's that? Jay was on Epstein's Island?
On duty, and that died. No,
in the jail. Got it.
I would not go to the island.
Well, unless it's fight
without a large weapon.
Those dulcet tones are from the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magnum. Moses Magnum, show the people your face, Moses Magnum. Thank you. See? When Moses wanted to be seen, he was seen.
There we go.
Oh, no worries, friend. It's okay. It's all right. It's still Jay's fault.
But it's me.
Dude,
I'm here.
I've actually been helping the show. Like,
wait, I love how you said that. Like, has it always been the case? Like, Jay said that. Like, there was a time when I was actively sabotaging the show. He's like, I've since stopped that. And not only have I stopped sabotaging, I'm helping now. It's a complete 180 for Jay. And it's like, wow. This show might actually succeed now since Joe stopped working against us.
I spoke to the intern, and I think she's going to stop fucking up her lines now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. That's all. Look, I hope you spoke to her nicely.
No.
Well, he must have said something to her because she got on it. She did a whole new intro for Mo's new segment, which was clearly our intern because there's no way I would ever do anything so crude.
Okay, listen, I'm not exactly sure what all that means, but I'm looking forward to finding out. Okay.
He doesn't.
So, with that said, we got.
All I know is that's why Jay was suspended last week.
That's why who was suspended? Jay? Is that what Mo said?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I missed it. Sorry. Like, damn it. I feel like I've messed up the whole joke. Sorry, Mo. Wait, Mo, are you frozen?
I thought he was just fucking around, but he's frozen.
Oh no, silent assassin.
An assassin. He looked into the face of Jay, and now he's gone. Now he's gone. Damn it, Jay, rein it in, man. We need Mo. We got a great show for you today because we are going to be talking to you all about Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2. Yes, I promise you that is the title. Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2.
Yeah, I need to we need to have talk to Mo about that because he went off on us on our text chain. Well, I will get into it when he's back. I don't want to.
Thank you.
Behind him.
Thank you. And then we're also
Did
going to
you
be
watch
talking
it,
to
Oz? Because I feel like we're both gonna be angry
I watched
at
it.
this movie. Like I know I'm angry.
Okay.
I
Hold
hope
on.
you are too.
Hold on, Jay. Save it for the show, Jay. We almost there. We almost there, buddy. It's coming. No. Jay's like, son of a bitch, Krypto 2. Huh?
You're dawdling.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm dawdling. I'm not being interrupted in the intro, right? I'm dawdling. Got it.
Yes.
Same.
Same. Got it. Okay. Here we go. With that said, we're also going to be talking about the Schlub, the Image comic. So, with that said, we got that, and of course, whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. Before we do that, though, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, this show would not exist. So, thank you, Scott Rubin. We do appreciate you, and we will go ahead and have the intern tell you how it is you can get down with the forum.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? That's okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
fantasticforum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to. Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and
Yeah, there it is.
She got it the second time.
Indeed.
But she's still clipping.
So
I have to put my boot up her ass.
Oh Jesus, man! Come on, dude. It's like, settle down. Look with the friggin' the lip quiver. Settle down, Jay. Jeez. So yeah, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, go to fantasticforum.live. You can hit the call-in button, and you will be the 5th member of Fantastic Forum. Or you can always jump into chat, where we take your comments directly out of chat and bring them into the show, such as Jay. Insert a witty chat comment here for me, good sir.
Taking Tugboat says, "Hey FF, how's it going? Who are y'all's favorite superhero pet?"
That's a good question. Who's your favorite superhero pet, Jay?
I think I know Jay's.
Yeah, I think I know Jay's too.
Do you? Like, I'm not sure.
It's lying.
It's the only one I've ever heard you like gush about, practically.
Who, the cat?
Yeah, Dexter.
Oh no,
no.
Dexter. No, it's not. Speedball's cat.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I do like. But I mean, that was old me. Like,
the new and improved Jay has better pet suggestions.
He regenerates like a Time Lord.
Right, like that was. Look, Jay is a completely different person than he was since we last saw him 2 weeks ago. Jay, who's your number one superhero pet now?
I don't know. Like, I do like Squirrel Girl Squirrel. What's his name? Joe.
Wait, Squirrel Girl has a squirrel named Joe?
I think it's like Tippy Joe.
Or okay,
Joe.
Yeah,
or something.
No,
like
it's
that.
Tippy. Tippy. I know Tippy. I didn't know it was Tippy Joe. I thought it was just Tippy,
But I think Bleez has like a dog, and
really,
he's like pretty dope. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I got to go back and read Red Lanterns, but I saw her interacting with the dog.
Okay, got it. What about you, Oz? What's your favorite superhero pet?
I didn't know I was going to be asked this question. I don't know.
I mean,
there's so many.
You thought I was only going to ask Jay? Like, he asked all of us.
Yeah, but you're like not predictable like that.
I'm like, Jay's opinion, only one that matters. Consistently how I do my thing. Got it. Yeah. Well, look, think about it for a second.
I
It's
guess
like,
it would be Ace.
look, yeah, I hear that. How about you, Mo?
I mean, like,
oh, go ahead. No,
no,
go ahead.
like a
Elaborate.
lot of my favorite superpowered animals aren't really pets. Chip and Badge aren't pets.
But he was in that one movie.
That movie was stupid.
I've seen worse.
That's true. Well, like both of those statements are true. Moses, what's your favorite superhero pet?
Bizarro Krypto. Like,
Is there a Bizarro Krypto?
in the cartoons, the animated series, the DC animated universe, there's a Bizarro Krypto, and it's one of these. Remember that one? It's one of these last when Superman and Lobo fought, or when he met him, they were part of that collector's museum or menagerie, you know. And so he rescued all those living beings and had them in, you know, he created his own menagerie for like the ones that aren't like from a civilization or anything, like animals that the planets were destroyed or whatever. So when he gave Krypto his world, he gave him when he gave Bizarro his world, he gave him a Krypto, and it's like this like weird lizard thing that's trying to kill Bizarro all the time, and he can't, so he just plays real rough with him and loves him, and it gave him a little companion. Yeah,
Okay.
that's I guess, yeah. And then I mean, I always love Miss Lion too, because you know she was a pet Avenger, and she was cool in the cartoon. So.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not super powered though. She's more street level.
Okay, that's fair. She's more street
Level
level
with a like sideways face.
Yeah, it has a triangle face.
So it's like a triangle face or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when it opens up, it's like a Demogorgon. Like. So especially when I got Stella, my bulldog, she would play real rough, and Emily's like, "Don't play rough with her because she's gonna keep doing it." But I'm like, "Ah, she hate Bizarro." Yeah.
You know, I feel like for me, runner up would probably well, first of all, I'll start off by saying I'm not a big
Red
fan
Wing.
of. Huh?
You don't like Red
What?
Wing? Red Wing?
Listen, I'm not a big fan of animal superhero sidekicks or pets or any of that. Like honestly, it's a thing where I'm not saying it shouldn't exist. I'm just saying that they don't bring a lot to the table for me personally.
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, and look, a fair amount of people do. I feel like one of the most tolerable is Ace, because I feel like Ace is underplayed. You know what I'm saying? Like Ace the Bat Hound. Like he might wear a mask and have a cape sometimes, but he generally like Ace is used in an appropriate manner most of the time, I feel. But as far as
Batman Beyond,
yeah, I agree. Ace was fantastic in Batman Beyond, like that cold ass pet. You know what I'm saying, right? But as far as like favorite, without question, it has.
He was
to
like
be
Alfred with all his shots.
What
did you say?
He was gonna tell us how much he loves Bat Cow.
He was like Alfred with all his shots in Batman Beyond, like super loyal but had all his shots.
Okay, no, but my favorite without question is Lockjaw. Like Lockjaw is like always plays his role right, has cool ass power. Like, you know, like they're never trying to put Lockjaw in like a mask, or even when they put Lockjaw, like even Lockjaw in the Pet Avengers is great.
Is Lockheed a pet technically?
Lockheed is Lockheed is, or what I'll say is Lockheed was a pet for the longest time, and Lockheed would be a close like third, but then Lockheed got retconned into being like a little alien. So Lockheed is almost like Badge, but no one knew They thought Lockheed was a pet, and then they found out Lockheed's been a spy on the X-Men for like decades.
Because I used to like Lockheed because he was like a Pokemon.
Yeah, but Lockheed was around before Pokemon, though, right?
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Taken Tugboat says, shout out to Bat Cow. Last time I saw it, it was in a Lego Batman game.
Shout out to Bat Cow indeed. Even though, again, too much for me. Yeah. So,
would Damien count?
What about like Zabu?
A cat? He was pretty cool.
No, Damien is a person.
I mean, he was a pet for like a minute.
Who was
it's the same Lockheed argument, you know.
No, it's not.
The moment in time.
No.
He had a collar and everything. Don't talk bad about Mr. Mittens.
Mr. Mittens? Is that was Damien's cat
name? You didn't read the book, huh?
I didn't read that book. No, like I'm not like. Are you talking about what is it called?
Beast World.
You didn't even, that was in the Nightwing book that we talked about.
Oh, right. But still, no. Like I'm trying not to retain any of it. I don't like it. I don't think I got to review that joint.
Real quick, Tiger Claw says, so Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 is one of the animated movies that avoided being canceled by WBD since they've been canceling a lot of animated stuff. It is one of the things that they didn't cancel or sell off.
Yeah. That's wild that Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 got released, but
Coyote versus Acme didn't.
What did?
Coyote versus Acme.
What's Coyote versus Acme?
It's a law.
Wile Coyote.
Yeah.
Wile Coyote sues Acme because all of their stuff always fucks them up. And they canceled it. The people that saw it or that have seen it have said it's hilarious. Like
courtroom drama.
Great premise, really funny.
It's a courtroom drama?
Well, dramedy, I guess. No. But like all the set pictures are in the courtroom. It's that Who Framed Roger Rabbit style.
Really? Damn, I want to see that.
Exactly. It sounded
Why wouldn't they release that?
It's a tax write-off now.
Damn it.
Like WB kind of hates art.
Hey, there it is.
Discovery does.
Actually, one of our stories was about them like canceling all of the Adult Swim games. So they're basically delisting all of them, and they're not giving the rights back to the owners because they would have to like do stuff and they don't want to do it. Like it's super simple, but they're just not. They're choosing to just wash their hands of it. So it's really fucked up. And I guess the artists can kind of re-release the games, but with the Adult Swim games label taken off. But they basically lose a lot by having them delisted and putting them back up. Like they lose all the community stuff, all the reviews, and like just everything you had that made your game a community would be lost.
So Tiger Claw says one of the developers put out the game for free to download. So
yes,
that's interesting. Like but that is unfortunate that it's like, you know, if you have people that are your folks and you're like, hey, we're going to delist the games, that's fine, I guess, if that's what you come to. But like, if there's a way to, work it out so that the people that worked hard on those joints can still kind of get to do their thing, that'd be nice, especially if it's not that much trouble.
Like technically, Warner Brothers' dumbass position is that you can do it. Like you can re-release your game, you can still do that. but it is just fucked up because you lose a lot in the process.
Yeah.
But I know one of the developers is going ahead to have a sequel to one of the games. I don't remember which one. But yeah, they are still going to go out with this. They are going to still be able to release the sequel. Adult Swim games will be taken off of it. And, they can still do their things, but they're losing a lot.
Tiger Claw says sacrifices had
sacrifice.
Okay.
It had to be made in order for the DCU to survive, and it ain't that.
DCU is dying.
It's for Warner Brothers to fucking survive. No, but it's really Warner Brothers. Like they had a shit deal with AT&T. The pandemic hit, and they fucked up. So now they're just a table at a swap meet now with all their IPs, and they don't know what to do. There's no unified front on how are we going to make money from this point on. Yeah.
What, Warner Brothers is just a table at the swap meet? Is that what you said?
That's what it is. Like they don't know what the fuck they're gonna do to make money from now on. Like they don't have any cool properties, only DC, but they're fucking that up. And Adult Swim, which is like Adult Swim could bring a lot of money. Like before the pandemic, there's like the Adult Swim tour. And it's like you get a comedy show and a heavy metal show, and it's all like it's Coachella for people who like Adult Swim, and you get these experimental artists, visual arts, and everything. Drop acid, it's the shit. They did that shit at Bank of America Stadium and sold the shit out. You know, so it's like there's money to be made from the adults. People love that stuff. Even they don't talk about it like we used to about like Frasier or Susan and was it Caroline in the City? Like it's not water. The stuff on Adult Swim is not water cooler talk, but it's like smoking with your friends talk. And that shit right now is that's what Reddit fucking is now. So it's like there people talk about it. It's these old fucks that don't know how to. There's new metrics. There's new ways to measure the clout that you can have, and they don't know how to manage it.
Yeah.
And that's sensitive to me because I just started a new series for us for TikTok called the Cunt Comics You Never Thought Existed. And now they're voting. There's no home for cunt anymore. They fucked my cunt.
Wait, what?
They're gonna fuck my cunt. You want to do it a third time? They're gonna fuck my cunt.
No, I don't. I didn't want you to do it the first time. Oh my god, Jesus, Mo.
We had a beautiful logo and everything.
I don't even know what to say. Like
a flower.
Listen, someone else should continue this conversation.
I thought it was pronounced Kunti. I was waiting for. I was gonna do my side project.
You can buy my book about the rise and fall of that show. It's called Mein Cunt.
Listen.
I like.
I made a mistake.
I'm gonna do a companion book about the rise and fall of Kinte. I'm gonna call it Roots.
For all this, my computer is running super smooth.
I know, right? Exactly. Yeah. Right. It's like butter all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Okay. So will people be able to see your new series soon? I can't even say the name.
I mean, not on any
respectable
you know what? It might go up with a
if you go to 4chan, you can see cunt.
Yeah. It's finished and everything. I added the finishing touches to the first epised.
There it is.
But if you
have to go to Fantastic Forum's OnlyFans.
Yeah. I made because I do show the first episode is about a comic book called Basic Instinct, based on it's a sequel to the movie, but a good sequel. Not like the movie they brought out a couple of years back. So there's a beaver shot in the video, and
Staying
I
on
had to
brand.
recreate the scene because I don't have rights to the footage, so I added
Did
a
you
little
recreate the
something
scene?
to make it our own. And
Oh Jesus! Please, God in
hey,
heaven!
you're gonna have to subscribe to like and hit
No.
the bell to
Oh,
see it.
I
Yeah,
don't have to do anything.
Fantastic
Only
Four is
Beelzebub.
OnlyFans now with more cunt.
yeah. It's like,
Oh, that's all you, Jay. Go for it.
What? Oh, sorry. I was distracted.
he's already going on our Patreon to put $5 to see if that's not the tier.
No, and this is gonna be completely off topic, but
Yeah,
you
just
kept
like
saying
everything else we're
cunt.
talking about.
You
Yeah.
just kept saying cunt, and it reminded me of a metal singer that died when he was playing on an escalator.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
the reason that reminded me of it because the name of the band he was in was Anal Cunt. And, cunt, anal cunt, both things you can't really say on YouTube.
Oh, but let's spend another 5 minutes saying them.
Right.
But what you
Just
say,
saying.
well, he really wasn't. He was the brain behind Pig Destroyer and Anal Trump. We could say Trump on YouTube. So yeah.
So Taking Tugboat says, so if Oz has his package and Mo has his cunt, what does Larry and Jay have? I have,
And we've been since we've been making this channel, we've been trying to get something for them, but it's at this point it's asshole and mouth.
It's like I have like random segues, and our first segment of that will be coming very shortly, probably within the next 2 or 3 years. Like my random thoughts segment, my random segues segment will be randomly showing up randomly, and it's gonna be
And
it's gonna be great if you like unscripted stream of consciousness rambling about whatever pops into my mind at the moment. Look forward to that.
we do have the first episode of that where Jay saw his doppelganger. That's on our TikTok.
We and Mayor Young, most people don't know, on Sundays does his Christian religious hour.
Right.
Oh, wait, here we go.
That's our Christian corner moment.
That's it.
I still want him to do L'Chaim.
L'Chaim.
The Larry Young hip hop minute.
Right. He's got to learn what hip hop is.
Yeah.
It's spelled differently. It's spelled differently, but it's LYH with a little I HM with a little M. L'Chaim.
Yeah, I just haven't had the chance to really tutor him on hip hop and history.
Right.
I told one of my I have now taken an apprentice or 2 apprentices. So, and I told them about the Larry Young heavy metal minute, heavy hip hop minute. Sorry, Larry Young hip hop minute, L'Chaim, and they loved it. They want it.
Yeah,
I believe it's apprentices.
They were there. Apprentice
yes, it's apprentices.
Look, you get some of that. That's some of the humor you do get in my last heavy metal minute that I posted. Yeah, I mean not. I'm doing all this shit that I get so mixed up. Mo deal, my last Mo deal, because you get a lot of omnibus and buses and BCs and omnibuses and trade paperbacks.
Yes, all that.
What's Jay's segment called? Assassinating the Silence?
What's this? Randomly Jay.
I like random segues. Or Jay random segue random. Something with random in it.
Jay's and segues. So segue out of existence. It'll be all trippy and shit. It'll be an animated video podcast. That'll be the shit. With Jay and I dropping mushrooms and shit and talking about whatever.
Just because you drop mushrooms doesn't mean you animate on video. Like that has to be drawn.
Yeah, with the Tesla chip, like you can just like it'll do the animation.
I feel like there's a filter
AI
for that
will
now.
do it.
Right.
We'll get AI
we could do AI.
That's true. There is Skynet.
Yeah. As I like to call it, I conjured up and trapped the muse.
Episode 1 is going to be about how Craven was the first superior Spider-Man.
Oh, what in the world? What?
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, you should got to make that now, Jay.
Hey, can we smoke weed and do that shit? Like, for real?
I can't talk about smoking weed.
Just say yes. Say yes to life, man.
Like, I don't think anybody from my job is going to watch, but if they do, fuck you, Andrew. You're a piece of shit.
What the hell, Jay?
And I can't mention the reefer.
You can watch Mo smoke weed.
I can do that.
Oh my god!
And if some of it gets into your lungs, that's not your fault. Like you're just being a good friend to help a dude that's afflicted.
It's normal California pollution.
The messed up part is Andrew's a big fan of the show. This was watching now, like, wait a minute, what did I do? Like Andrew didn't even know Jay felt like this. He was like, what in the world?
And the funny thing is, he doesn't know I feel like this because he is so unself-aware that different show, different time. No, let's segue. Let's randomly segue.
Again, Jay random taking out of existence. Jay, let you and let's go have lunch with Andrew.
Honestly, the thought of seeing him like during non-work hours almost makes me throw up. Like,
but it'll be worth it for the. It'll be worth it for the show.
So
we'll see. In any case, we should segue.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm here. Like, we're gonna talk about something unfortunately a little bit more somber because
I've been doing everything I can to avoid.
What'd you say, Jay?
Scooby-Doo and Krypto?
He's like, no, he's investing.
Almost.
He's investing in Krypto.
Almost. Take a tugboat says Jay's. Oh, go ahead.
Mellow to do weed. If he did, his heart may slow down to 1 beat per minute. That does happen.
And that's actually not true.
It happened. I don't measure. So I don't measure. So we just will knock me the fuck out. And
he's like one of those lizards in Florida that falls out of the
right.
So yeah, some more somber news. Unfortunately,
I've been a
legend.
That's why I
doesn't quite cover it. Like yeah, but we lost a legend. Akira Toriyama passed away, or at least we found out that he passed away recently. He actually did die.
That's what hurts the most.
The beginning of this month, and the public was informed of it a couple weeks after the fact, or a week and a half or so after the fact. For those that don't know, Akira Toriyama is the creator of Dragon Ball Z, and all the subsequent series to follow. And
He didn't do
You know?
GT.
Say again?
He didn't do GT.
Yeah, he's like, don't put that on that, man. I agree. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. But yeah, but the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Huh?
He did Dragon Ball. He did Ariel. He did Blue Dragon.
Yeah. That's true.
He's done so much.
Yeah.
Chrono
and so
Cross. I mean, Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. Character design.
Chrono Trigger was the shit. And then on PlayStation 1, because I was a little younger. He animated those the cutscenes when they re-released it for PlayStation 1.
Yeah, man. So needless to say, for those that that like the man has touched a lot of lives. He's inspired numerous people, not only in the anime sector, but beyond that. And we wanted to make sure that we offered our condolences to his friends and family, and just to honor the man for the contribution he made. Because, I mean, look, we just listed a number of the things that he contributed to, and like being a part of any one of those things might be enough for people to be like, man, that's amazing. But the fact that he was a part of all of them and just consistently was like,
are we going to talk about how he impacted our individual lives?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would love to hear from each of you.
In case you need me to hit just so I can know to hit the solo button.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I would love to just hear from each of you, like maybe just like one moment or one memory that you might have, and how Toriyama impacted you all. So please feel free. I don't know. Has anybody wants to start?
I'll go.
Okay.
The manga scene was very different when it started than it is today. They were blown up and flipped so that they were similar to regular American comic books. And, you didn't really get the volumes like you do now. You didn't get the backwards printing, printed correctly. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z were one of the first to get that treatment. And I remember going to the shops and just every month, Dragon Ball Z, man, because they ran at the same time. By that point in time, Dragon Ball had actually gotten pretty popular with Z running on TV. And yeah, just fond memories of going and buying Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball together. Also a huge fan of Blue Dragon. Not the anime so much, but I love the game. And was actually had started a second playthrough of the game, which if you know that game, it's 1,000 hours. Really much longer than it needed to be. But I was doing it anyway because it's a great game.
Yeah, good stuff. Oz, how about you, buddy?
He's responsible for my love of balls at a young age.
We all know you were just born that way, Oz. It's okay.
Oh, he did a good show.
No, hey, if you're just Dragon Ball's the thing, that's fair.
it's a good thing, and it impacted a lot of other things. But
it's like, yeah, hey, say something nice about somebody that died. His eye turns into a fucking chameleon, go in every direction.
Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That's too funny, dude. That is too funny. All right, look, Mo. Well, go for it, man.
For me, it hit me hard. It hit me hard, like over 9,000 hard. It's like I just subdermal hematoma, like brain bleeding. Like, it's a dude that brought joy. And I watched Dragon Ball Z on the Spanish TV channels. Like the Spanish TV channels got the rights for the show before Adult Swim, before Toonami, before all of that shit. And this was like something that, especially where I grew up, it kind of made like something we could talk about that isn't like the shit we live in. Yeah. And then talking to some of my clients, especially throughout the week, and they're like, "Oh, my kid, like he watches motivational videos about like how they do about athletes and shit, but it's all like Vegeta shit." you know, like and he loves like Dragon Ball Z in his way in this new YouTube edit culture, and it's something he shares. And it's like this is a client that I remember cutting his hair. It's like, "Hey, you're gonna go meet the mother of your kids right now, so you guys look good." He's like, "Don't put gel." I'm like, "No, I'll put gel because." You're gonna run into the mother of your kids, and it's like if she sees you all scraggly, it's like, nah, man, you need to look good. It was a joke, but he actually did. So, and that kid is a product of that, and it's like it's been, and then he and I talk about Dragon Ball Z a lot and shit too, and it's like, and me with the weightlifting and everything, it's always been part of my life. The training, doing it on your own strength, like I've always vibed with Vegeta. Yeah. Goku's a little too happy. He's like, yeah, he's happy because, like, I feel like technically in a different reality, me and Larry would be like, he'd be Goku, I'd be Vegeta, and not because of the call him Monkey Boy Larry. It ain't going that way.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
But it is like,
that's a good turn.
Just a casual
yeah,
racism. Got it.
it's
Okay.
just more because I'm like, yeah, I gotta add something so I don't cry. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely like it's one of those like the different motivations that the characters had and everything. It just really, really it influenced my life a lot. And maybe there's something wrong with my parents that this feels this way for me, but in the end I wouldn't have it any way. And again, this is OJ is still alive, walking around playing golf, but Akira Toriyama dies. There is no God. There is no afterlife. There's only death. And it's for everybody. It just doesn't happen as fast as it should for other people that should have or that you would like to. Yeah. Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah. For me, like growing up, I love. Well, I always say growing up, I love animation in general, and of course, as a kid, Saturday morning cartoons was a thing, and while in actuality, my introduction to anime was probably Robotech. I didn't know Robotech was anime. I thought it was just another cartoon. It's like my genuine like introduction to anime I think of as Dragon Ball Z. And I remember just like watching it in Japanese on VHS tapes with my buddy who friggin' learned to speak Japanese by watching anime and telling me what's going on, like before there was any friggin' dubbing or subtitles or anything like that here in America. And it was just like, it was like literally that underground kind of anime scene, or what would constitute underground or be considered underground today. And the characters were just awesome. The things that they were doing were just especially as a kid that loved comic books, and it just felt like, okay, this is like some next level stuff that they're doing here with this Dragon Ball, because they're out destroying planets and such, which was, it obviously we got there in comics, but it wasn't a thing that everybody could do. It feels more like that now, but not then. And that very well might be due to Dragon Ball as well, right? Because there are so many comparisons that people make between Dragon Ball characters and superheroes and who could beat who and whatnot. But man, it was just an amazing thing, and I felt like it opened up an entire world for me. And just the fact that Toriyama has influenced so many people that have made so many things that I've loved, whether you're talking about things like Naruto, or things like like One Piece, and I mean, like, there's so many people that started off in like that camp. It's just insane. So you will be missed. You will be missed, and the world's a little less of a special place without you, man. So yeah, we'll miss you.
This one's for you.
Taking Tugboat in chat says, something is legendary when non-fans give it respect. I knew so many people growing up that would hate on anime and refuse to watch it, but have DBZ posters and watch the show weekly.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh-oh. You killed yourself, Mo? Don't kill yourself.
I'm coming, Akira Toriyama. I'm coming.
I'm coming, Toriyama-san.
You remember fucking Miller's Outpost? Miller's Outpost used to have a whole line of clothes dedicated to Dragon Ball Z. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And that's like saying Old Navy has like, yeah, but it's like saying like something like the Gap or Old Navy right now having fucking something dedicated to like Jujutsu Kaisen, and you don't see that anymore. You see that you saw that there, and this is before before the internet was big. Like Akira Toriyama, like his message spread across the planet without internet. That's some like Mickey Mouse and Jesus shit.
Word.
Taking Tugboat says, all that needs to be said is, remember, boys, work hard, study well, and eat and sleep plenty. That is the Turtle Hermit way.
Amen. There it is.
Also,
Tiger Claw
was a bit of a perv. Gotta be a bit of a perv too.
Tiger Claw says, didn't the Super Saiyan thing from Dragon Ball become a huge inspiration for some of the things we see in video games lately?
I mean, I don't know if I would say just lately. Like, I feel like,
No, but like Sonic with all the Chaos Emeralds, like, is
100%
Super Saiyan Sonic.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if the reason why QuickTime events exist is because somebody was like, let's do like how we did in Dragon Ball. And they're like, we don't know how to do that in a video game. It's like, well, let's make a cutscene and push buttons. Like, I'm just saying, it's like, man. And it's like, everything Dragon Ball related always felt like it was like just this much ahead of the curve. Like, I remember playing I remember getting my what was that? Damn, was it the friggin'? It couldn't have been an NES. It must have been a Super. Yeah, it must have been Super.
No,
Nintendo.
it was a Super Nintendo.
Yeah, the Super Nintendo, like friggin' filing out like the little tabs in the Super Nintendo so I could play Japanese games because they had like the Dragon Ball fighting game, and that joint was like so next level that it was just
so
like,
much fun,
dude. And I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, I mean, Dragon Ball fighting games are fun now, as they should be. Like, and they definitely, like, they took things to a whole nother level now. But how amazing, and like the move sets, the number of combinations, like basically anything you could do in a Dragon Ball cartoon, you pretty much could, or anything you saw in a Dragon Ball cartoon, you can do in those fighting games in the 16-bit era. It was like there was nothing like it. They were so amazing. So and hard. Like, I was not good at it. I loved watching it. I love playing it too, but I was like, man, that was terrible. Jeez. So cool.
What were you doing? What were you doing when you got the news that he died?
I was at home, and you know, it's wild because you all, like, anyone who watches this show and that knows me knows, like, I'm not great with names, and or I won't say I'm not great with names. What I'll say is I don't have a great memory, and while I know people's work, I don't always associate their name with the work that they do, and so sometimes people will mention a name, and I'll be like, who's that? Because I don't always remember and associate. And Toriyama is one of the people where, like, one of the few where, like, you say, I always know who you're talking about. And so when it came through, like, I got a text and I just saw the text and I was just like, wow. Like, I was just wondering, more than anything, it hit me and I'm like, what happened? And then as the rest of the news comes in, because the other thing was that I was shocked because I didn't realize that Toriyama was as old as he is or was. For whatever reason, I just thought he was younger. And just like, I don't know why I was thinking like he must be some child prodigy coming up with DBZ all this time ago or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Timeless.
Yeah,
it's timeless. Like, between the World Tournament saga after the Cell saga to the end of the Majin Buu saga, it's like technically like 2-3 days.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy. And like, I can say that like, I mean, especially the early Dragon Ball stuff, it's just so classic to me, man. Like, I really love watching that stuff. Even with like the friggin' filler episodes and stuff just going on forever and ever and cats talking. Like, I love it. Like, to me, that was like, it's a part of the experience, and I get it. Like, I'm not saying that's how I want anime to be today. Like, I'm not looking for that, but those conversations where it's like, man, they've been talking for 3 days, and then they fight. But when they fight, it's worth it. It's always worth it. And that was the thing where it was like, man, these fools are having a long conversation about what they're about to do to each other. But
it taught me about
disappointed.
foreplay.
Right. When the time for talking was done, the time for talking was done. And friggin', like, hands got thrown. And shoot, Piccolo, that was my boy, man. I love Piccolo. Man. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where were you, Mo? What was going on with you?
I was in bed. We were watching the real Barbie movie, not the one that you guys watched. And I just, something hit me like, hey, open up. Yeah. I was watching Poor Things, and something like an alert came on my phone, like a client like setting up an appointment or whatever. So I opened it and I'm like, once the phone's open, I'm like, yeah, let's see what's going on here. And then I just saw a post like, oh no, Akira Toriyama. I'm like, and then I'm like, boom. I'm like, when I actually read the announcement, I was like, man, fuck. And I was like, it's a day I decided to be present. There's no whiskey anywhere near me. Like, so like, what the fuck? Like, I couldn't, like, I needed that's one of those moments where I felt like I needed to take a drink, and I need something to kind of numb me, because it was hard,
Yeah.
And I had a Cuban cigar in his honor. That's just that doesn't numb nothing. That's just a celebration thing that I do.
Yeah.
A little routine that I have.
Tribute.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Just enjoying life in their name, Because those Cubans are so amazing. There's nothing better than an 8-inch Cuban in your mouth. Yeah. Again, I have to say that so I don't cry on
it. Right. All right. Anything else they want to say before we get to our topics? Okay.
No.
Let's talk about Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2. Let's make that happen.
I don't have movie music.
We might have theater, right, in the thing. Theater.
If you don't got it, I can get it for you. I have it here. I finally have my soundboard thing.
Okay. Go for it, Mo.
Hold on. I have all these like fuck you things.
Right. Right.
Like
why are they all Larry though? What's that about? No one ever curses at any other member of the Fantastic Four? What's that all about?
Fuck you!
Like that one.
Right.
It was the green ones. The green ones.
Or I can just sing it a cappella. Do it live. Do
it. Comic book theater. Comic book theater.
Shout out to Tiger Claw for comic book theater. Comic book theater. Indeed. All right.
Did you guys have a hard time
finding it? Is that what you said, Mo?
Yeah. Like
no, that was just you. And I know you yelled at us in the chat, and then I went back.
I
and you actually
yelled
put a picture of the cover.
I yelled at you.
Yeah, you said I didn't put the exclamation point after Scooby-Doo. Two things. First of all, Scooby-Doo, the exclamation point is part of the name. Like it's implied. If you're spelling it without the exclamation point, you're spelling it wrong. Second, you posted a picture of the cover of it to let Jay know what we were doing before you said you couldn't find it.
No problem.
What?
First of all, I didn't yell at you guys.
I count as us guys.
I didn't yell at you guys. I yelled at Oz.
Same thing.
My shit's acting up again. Hold on.
You gotta label these buttons better, Mo.
No, it's not that. It's my computer slowing down. Like it's lagging. It's not reacting to what I'm doing.
So you had trouble finding it?
Yeah, I kept coding Krypto, Scooby-Doo and Krypto, and nothing would come up anywhere. So I didn't yell at you guys. I yelled at him. I yelled at Oz's voicemail, and I have the voicemail to prove it.
Oh,
but I don't know if I should even try if my computer's not working right. Yeah.
Give it a shot. See if it plays.
Let's see.
Most serious. He went off video. That's how you know.
I could play it. I have it right here. Do I have it right here? Did I delete it?
It's coming.
Oh.
It's coming. It's coming.
Hey, you stupid fuck. You're telling me to watch a Scooby-Doo fucking movie and you don't fucking say it right. You're on that Larry bullshit. All right? I'm searching for this motherfucker everywhere. He says it's on Prime. I can't find that shit on fucking Prime. I can't find it on HBO Max. You said it's on HBO Max too, and I can't. It's Scooby-Doo exclamation point and Krypto. You fuck. Been searching for this shit all fucking weekend. I love you.
Bye.
Like he sent it to us. He sent us the cover. I would put the phone closer, but I think Jay's number shows up.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's hilarious.
But you can see that's the cover.
Listen, so what I will say is this. It didn't come up as quickly for me when I looked for it on Max as I would have expected it to. Huh?
That's an age.
Really?
Well, I think it's one, there's a lot of Scooby-Doo movies on Max, which I'm like, Jesus, like, I don't know who's watching all these Scooby-Doo movies, but I guess
I'm watching most of them.
Okay, well, there it is.
I didn't see it. I looked on Prime and I couldn't find shit.
I have Max through Prime, so I had no trouble finding it. It was actually already in my watch list, and I just hadn't watched it yet.
That was the assumption we made when we brought it up.
But it's one of those things where I literally had to spell out Scooby-Doo and then put Krypto for it to come up. Like, because I was like, I'm not going to look through all these Scooby-Doo movies to find it. Like,
most of them are good.
I mean, if you know,
there's one that
I mean, they're not for you.
Of Scooby-Doo, and you find out he's an alien.
Like I told you which one to watch. You need to watch Mystery Inc.
Mystery Inc.
Okay. Yeah.
For me, it only came up once I put the exclamation point.
Damn. No, I never put the exclamation point. And I do know that the exclamation point is a part of his name, but I'm like, I'm not doing that. Like, if it don't come up, then I just that's it. I'm done. But it did come up.
The thing is supposed to be reading your the AI and your phone should be listening. Like they should already come up like as suggested. But that's AI for you.
Why is Mo coming in and out? Like what?
I talk about the AI.
Oh,
it's just we've all had issues at some point or another. But
if I actually take myself out, you guys aren't on a delay for me. So
oh.
Apparently that doesn't work.
So
I don't know what's happening. Okay, he's resetting. Okay, what are you gonna say?
Larry, tell us what happens in this movie.
Oh, Jesus, man. Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 is the story of two puppies like intertwined together by destiny. Okay, no.
That's straight out of nowhere.
So I guess,
which is the title of one of the movies.
Oh, there's a real Scooby-Doo movie that starts like that, or
it's called Straight Out of Nowhere. No, it's not. It doesn't start like that, but that's the description.
Oh,
it's Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Oh, jeez.
Now that is two dogs intertwined by fate. Like
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, you're right. Okay, so Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2 is basically a story that primarily takes place in a particular version of the DC universe that has the friggin' Scooby-Doo team in it. They go and visit Metropolis because they get called by Jimmy Olsen to help solve a mystery The mystery is a haunting of the Hall of Justice, and that happens after the Justice League has mysteriously disappeared. So the the folks over at the Daily Planet are trying to figure out what happened to the Justice League and doing stories about the rampant crime wave that's happened in Metropolis since the Justice League has disappeared. And for that reason, they need a little bit of assistance because they're overworked already with this particular haunting mystery of the Hall of Justice. And hilarity ensues. Um, it
Don't say
is
more
it.
tedium. Tedium ensues.
Look, as you can see, Jay loves his Scooby-Doo movies, but man, don't mess around and put comic books in it. No, it's like,
No,
yeah, but
I'm fine with that. Like, you guys don't like read a lot of Scooby-Doo, but Shaggy is like a really powerful Yellow Lantern. Like, he gets the yellow ring at one point, and he's like damn near God mode with it.
Tyclaw is asking a question. If the Justice League is experiencing a haunting, why couldn't they get one of the superheroes that deals with supernatural? Why get the mystery team? Well, the Justice League has actually been taken out. They nobody
They're
knows
all
what happened to them.
missing.
They disappeared.
yeah, and so that leaves the good people of Metro.
It's
Oh,
almost
go ahead. Go ahead, Mo.
It's almost like the animated universe Justice League, where you had everybody in like Justice League Unlimited. So like they're all gone.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though, well, I'll ask about that later. But Jay, you were talking earlier about issues you have with the movie, and is that the big issue with Shaggy not being a Yellow Lantern? Is that?
It's one of them. It's like, but it's so dumb. Okay, so the Hall of Justice is open for tours, and they've got all this insanely powerful shit just out in the open, like power rings, including the yellow, including the black. Like, it doesn't make sense that they would just leave those out there.
Scooby putting on the red ring kind of bugged me because it didn't do what a red ring does.
Right, and he didn't die when he took it off. So that was like,
and also like
shit.
Also they put it on like it should choose them. Like I can see them leaving it out because they're gonna choose when they're gonna choose, but it's not them just putting it on is not cool either.
Wait, so y'all wanted Scooby-Doo to die after he took off that red ring?
Well, if you put on the red ring, it replaces your heart. Like, so you need, without being purified by a blue ring,
And
you have no more heart. The ring is your heart. So, you take off the ring, you're taking off your heart.
I mean, I understand the lore of it. I'm just saying,
I don't think you do.
based on what we were watching.
There were 5, like, it is just a missed opportunity. Like, if you are going to give them rings, there are fucking 5 of them. Like, they can feel that, like, Freddy is Will, Daphne is Love, Velma's Hope, Scooby probably could do Rage. Like, it would be weird, but I don't think. Oh, he might be Avarice.
He would be
actually.
orange.
Yeah.
Although I don't know.
In the comics, they both can actually wield the yellow ring. And yeah, Shaggy is a Yellow Lantern. Like, Like that's just a missed opportunity, along with it being stupid that they would just leave power rings out there. And then they're like, oh, well, the real dangerous stuff like the nth metal weapons, we can't leave that out. But the fucking power rings that do whatever your imagination can like think of, like we leave those out. Like the tourists can see those. Like it's just really dumb.
It
really
almost would have
dumb.
been better if he puts on the red ring, nothing happens, and the tour guide tells him, you think they're actually going to put the real shit out there? Like, that's stupid.
Right. Like, they should have been fakes. They should have been props. Like, especially the black ring. Like, why would you just leave that out there? Like, it's bizarre. And it doesn't get it's bizarre, it's tedious. I think a lot of the humor in the first act is just bad.
You weren't a fan of them driving, like reversing out of Brainiac's mouth?
That driving
that
in
whole montage with all those villains, like, that was dumb. It's like Batman's gone, so it's the perfect time for fucking Joker and Harley to rebuild Gotham in their image, but they're fucking around in Metropolis doing graffiti. It's like it's dumb, and we don't need to know all these people are, and we don't need to be introduced to all of them, and they don't all need to be here. Like, their presence amounts to goddamn near nothing.
I feel like that was all a giant setup for the danger room joke later on.
Yeah, which again is not very good. Like,
which room? Which
the one joke,
the danger room joke?
The kitchen.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, like the only one that kind of, and again, it's just a really bad joke, is the Solomon Grundy just wanting to pet Krypto.
Pet you on a Monday.
Yeah, it's almost funny. It's almost funny.
I almost pet my dog like that. I pet you on a Monday.
But it is just like the whole movie until like the hour mark is just tedious. I think it's the hour mark. Like, as soon as they solve the mystery, then everything after that is adequate.
Mm-hmm.
But everything before that is just really tedious. And the joke with Velma taking off her glasses and they don't recognize her,
mm-hmm.
it's so lame. It's so predictable. It's so, like, the most obvious joke that you would do.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought that was hilarious. Like, it was probably the only time I laughed.
Oh, Jay looks so disappointed in you.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it is obvious.
Not disappointed. I'm not disappointed, but it's like, I get how someone would find it funny. I just really, really didn't. Like, it's actually just something I would disagree with you on. Like, I did not find that funny. And I just, this movie was in my watch list, and I'm like, this is probably one of the ones I should skip. Like, I don't watch every Scooby-Doo movie. I watch a lot of them because I enjoy Scooby-Doo. Especially the movies lately with their like third act twist. Like, I enjoy that.
Did you watch
some of them I don't.
Did you watch the Scooby-Doo Supernatural crossover?
No.
You should watch that. That's a really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't watching Supernatural at the time, but At some point, yeah, I'm gonna go and.
I don't think you need to.
Yeah, at some point I will. I will watch that.
Yeah,
But
I mean, all you need to know is Supernatural deals with like actual, like legit ghosts and stuff, and
so does Scooby-Doo.
Well,
it's like I legitimately like when I say I'm a fan of Scooby. Like I've watched most of them. And back in the 80s, there were a couple of different series where they actually dealt with real ghosts. One of the worst was the Scooby with the just Scooby Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy, and they had most of them time they were actually dealing with ghosts. 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo was them dealing with ghosts, and the series after that, which again was just Daphne, Scrappy, Scooby, and Shaggy, that was half and half ghost and person in a mask. So it's like, yeah, Scooby-Doo does deal with monsters and ghosts. The first big Scooby-Doo movie, which was like started the Scooby Renaissance, that had real monsters.
Scooby Renaissance.
Yeah, that's when What's New Scooby-Doo came out. Like there was that movie, and then they did What's New Scooby-Doo, and then they started coming out with the movies consistently. Yeah. So like legitimately a fan of Scooby-Doo. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right.
But I don't watch everything. I didn't watch the one with John Cena. I didn't watch the one with Gordon Ramsay.
What?
There were just some that
Scooby-Doo.
Well, Scooby-Doo has a history of like
celebrity guests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they even had a new show, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, which was bringing back the new Scooby-Doo movies format where you had a special guest each time. And all this to say, I was wondering whether or not I should watch it. It was in my watch list. I was kind of leaning towards no, but then you guys were like, yeah, we're going to do it for the show. And I was like, all right, fine. And like 10 minutes in, or 10 or 20 minutes in, I don't remember which, I just stopped. And
so you didn't finish watching it?
I did eventually.
Oh,
but
gotcha.
That was not the plan. Like the plan was to just stop. And then maybe call in sick for the show. But
Jay was like, I was gonna be like, oh man, I can't be at the show, guys, because your picks are terrible.
But I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna power through.
Yeah.
I kept watching it, and it does not get better until that last 20 minutes.
That's too funny.
And thank you for that.
Oz, what was your take? How did you like this trade?
For the most part, I enjoyed it. I mean, it felt there's a lot of issues with it. Jay mentioned a whole bunch of them, but it felt like a throwback to it felt like the sequel to when they teamed up with Batman in the 70s. It's a throwback to that old. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of obvious stuff, but it cleansed my palate of that Velma cartoon that we just had.
I wanted Velma to be played by Kelly.
No, it was Kate Micucci though. I like her.
Oh, that is one of the high points. It's the regular cast, like the non-stunt cast.
Lillard reprised it as Shaggy. So
right. Like it's all the people that were playing them in all the movies and the everything.
Okay.
As opposed to like, I know for Scoob, they went and stunt casted that whole thing, and now that franchise is dead. So good job, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, and it just felt like a classic from the 70s.
It's interesting because Batman is notably absent in this joint. Anybody have any idea why that's the case?
Wasn't he shunted into the with the other guys?
Well, I'm talking about even when they come back, right? Batman's not there, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
It's probably a rights thing.
I guess so.
I mean, they do have his belt, and they talk about their previous adventure.
Yeah.
Like
it was there was a lot of Batman related things in it, just not Batman. Yeah. What's going on,
think
Mo?
Mo's drowning.
Mo's is muted for some reason. Can't unmute your guest mic connected.
Lawrence was talking about laughing at the glasses joke.
I can't
I laughed way too hard at the Rex Ruger. I don't know why when Scooby says that, then I think about it, it's like, oh, I don't know. I just had to stop. Like that just hit me somewhere.
Did they mention him saying it wrong?
Well, the dog's name is Rex.
Oh, gotcha.
It makes sense. Rex means king, but it's also Rex
right
dog.
Yeah. Rex Luthor.
And they do have the joke where Scooby-Doo says Lex Luthor, like he says it his way, and then Lex repeats it, and then he's like, "Wait a minute, Lex Luthor." Like, it's And to be fair, this movie was tedious, but I did laugh like 3 times, I think. So it's like, it's not that I got no enjoyment. It's just what I got wasn't enough to put up with it.
Yeah,
like when Krypto was eating the fries, like that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man. I don't remember all the points. It was just, I don't know. Like, and I guess, like if I didn't watch as much Scooby-Doo as I did, I would probably be happier with this. I don't know.
It's probably true. Which is not a bad thing though. Like,
no.
If you're a fan and you're like, hey, I didn't like it because it feels less Scooby-Doo like, or
no, it's just not good Scooby-Doo. Like, not all Scooby-Doo is good Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you have to tell me. I'm actually not a fan. I think most Scooby-Doo is not good Scooby-Doo, but because I don't feel like I've ever been the audience for Scooby-Doo. Like, for whatever reason, even as a child, I was just like kind of over Scooby-Doo.
I don't know. I feel like you watched a pup named Scooby-Doo.
I did. Hey, listen, I watched a lot of Scooby-Doo. That doesn't mean I liked it. Remember, we had lot less options. Like, like we grew up in a time where it's like, okay, if I'm not watching Scooby-Doo, then it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Watch Mom's soap? No. Like, I'd much rather watch a pup named Scooby-Doo than The Young and the Restless at 8 or 9 years old, right? So I'm just like saying, like, but that was my option. I remember, I didn't even grow up with cable. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never watched Nickelodeon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I didn't have, what I was dealing with was basic. Oh, I'm sorry, not even basic, because that's cable talk. I'm talking about friggin', what is the term?
Network.
Network. Thank you. Television. Network television. That's it. That's what I had. So it's like, I don't know. Like, it very well might have been like.
That's how I always say, Larry. Like, you're like, I always tell people, "Oh, that's my friend Larry. Yeah, he's my brother from another mother, because he was just as poor and watched the same old."
Yeah, it's like when Scooby-Doo was on, I feel like the other option for kids was like one of those like teen soap operas, and not the good one, not the right one. You know what I mean? Like, so it was just like, but I don't know. I watched a pup named Scooby-Doo. I like the theme song.
I watched the shit out of 15.
Huh?
So I watched the shit out of 15.
There you go. Right?
Like, yeah.
I liked Swan's Crossing.
Oh, dude, I remember that.
Yeah, Swan's Crossing was my child soap opera of choice. That was my joy.
I actually did watch the grown up soap operas, man. Them Spanish ones are good shit, man.
I wish I had known Spanish to be able to watch those telenovela, like, because my grandma will watch them, and I didn't know what was happening. My grandma still watches them.
You need to know, man. Those they know the hell out of this.
100. Listen, you can tell to a degree what's happening, but I was like, it was one of those things where I was invested to a point where I'm like, dude, like, you know what? I don't know. I need to know like what the details. And and grandma sometimes would tell me what was going on, but she was into her stories, and so it's like she didn't have no time to like sit there and translate word for word. So I'm like, yeah. But you're right.
So,
the telenovelas are better.
Real quick, Tiger Claw says maybe the ring was depowered. I'm not sure which ring you mean, but the red, green, and yellow rings all get used in this movie.
Wait,
like,
who used the yellow ring? I might have
Shaggy. Shaggy used the yellow ring, but he didn't get the suit, and he just made like little holograms with it. Like he legit could have like captured the Phantom with it. Like he is he saved the Justice League in the comic as a Yellow Lantern. It's like oh, you know what? Actually, that reminds me. One of the funnier scenes, one of the things I did funny was when dude fell on Kandor and the people were like, "Yeah, we're free," and they started running off. That I thought was funny.
Mo, are you with us, buddy?
I'm fucking trying.
Oh, no worries. I know. Take your time, friend. I was just gonna bring you in if you were.
The one thing I do want to be here for throughout the week, and I can't beat. Just fucking.
I know, right. You're actually, your volume is super low. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're fine now. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good now. So, yeah, what'd you think of Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2?
I enjoyed it with the Krypto stuff, but they didn't do like. It wasn't even like, it didn't feel like a JLA story or a Scooby-Doo story. You know what I mean? Like nobody, like the Phantoms were fucking Phantoms from the Phantom Zone. Oh, big whoop, yeah. They didn't do that right, you know? And it's like they show Batman as a Phantom, but then he's not in it after. Like, because who else was the Phantom with the wings and the horns? You know, like.
I thought
I'm assuming it was Hawkman or Hawkman.
Yeah. I thought it was like the cape with the cowl, but either way. So if he wasn't the Phantom Zone, and yeah, it's like I assume there's probably more that they got to get out later. But yeah, it was just pretty boring, and it wasn't even like nostalgic for me. You know, it was just like gags after gags, but again, it ain't for me. I'm a 40-year-old man. I don't need to be watching this. Hence why I called Oz in the middle of coitus, which I assume he was in the middle of coitus too, to tell him that he didn't even say it right. I'm trying to watch it to get it over with, or maybe I can enjoy it, and then it's not good. Yeah. But yeah,
That's crazy. Like I'm actually like a little surprised because based on what I'm hearing here, I very well might have liked this joint the most. And I don't,
there is
huh?
there is something to like about it, but it just doesn't
Oh
play
yeah.
out. Like even like the whole like Daily Planet's trying to figure out, so they call them in. So but
Yeah.
it's like technically like okay, but they should have worked together. I wanted to see more of like Jimmy Olsen interacting with Mystery Inc., or even Lois Lane, like dealing like they're always used to getting unmasking somebody and with somebody thinking that it's real. Like I think that like a team up between Daily Planet and Mystery Inc. as a movie would have been better here, and instead they just split everybody up. They paired Velma with Lex, uh, Fred and Daphne, and then just Scooby by themselves with Krypto, and it's like none of those are getting anything done. Like they have to be together, and it's like especially like a team up like this. It's like yeah, you got the investigative team, Pulitzer Prize winning Lois Lane, and great photographer Jimmy Olsen, and then having them all work as a team together. It's like the perfect example of what I would have liked would have been like the um Supernatural Scooby-Doo crossover, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like you really get to showcase both of these people's like characters interacting with the two properties they're crossing over. And that's how,
Mm-hmm.
like that is still my favorite uh it's my favorite Supernatural episode of all time, and it is my favorite Scooby-Doo crossover of all time. So
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the superhero stuff back when I was a kid, like that, like how we talk about watch stuff in the past, and it's like that was all cool whenever they had somebody like, and even like the Batman that they had was like Adam West and Burt Ward,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like they're teaming up with Batman 66, like, and that's technically in the 70s, so it's more like uh Beyond Batman 66 Beyond, so like yeah, I thought of that when I was a little kid too, but yeah, I should have trademarked Beyond. But anywho, yeah, and this is not what we got here. Like I love
Mm-hmm.
Solomon Grundy, and it's like this is the only dude that isn't really a phantom. But why the fuck was he there? Like what the fuck was he gonna do in the end? Like
Mm-hmm.
how was his sensibility of like being in between worlds, the type of being he is, a villain, non-villain. How is that going to help this story move along? You know, and
Right.
again, maybe I'm thinking too much about what I want from Scooby Doo, but like these little motherfucking Rugrats ain't paying for $15 for HBO Max. I'm paying for it. So if that's what you're gonna give me, like make that shit work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if those little fucking crumb crunchers can't fucking appreciate it, you know?
I was gonna say before that, you know, I may very well have enjoyed it the most, but I still didn't think it was good. And like, and also
Yeah.
too, I'm not a Scooby Doo fan, so that very well might have helped things because yeah, I do feel like a lot of the things that I feel like make me like not be a big fan of Scooby Doo, like a lot of those were absent in this.
That
And
kind of reminds me of like back in the day where like you would have like an Avengers series that you just didn't like. And
right,
then I would gravitate towards it because it was like
right,
all the things in Avengers that I don't like were gone.
right,
And
right,
you're like, well, all the things that make Avengers are gone.
right,
So I
exactly.
think that's what's happening here.
Yeah, no, I could totally see that. And and still it's still not good enough to be like, oh, like this is what Scooby Doo should be like. Like, no, no. It's like let Scooby Doo be Scooby Doo and let the people that like Scooby Doo enjoy it for what it is, as opposed to like, let's say, like, oh, let's do this instead. Like for instance, I mean, like the like as you all know and remember, like the Velma series I enjoyed, like the animated joint. But again, that's something else that's like not very Scooby Doo like either. So
Right.
and it's like
I
I'll
enjoyed
take
that,
that.
but I did have issues with it.
I do want that Mystery Inc. teaming up with the Justice League as well.
There it is. All right. Well, listen. What were you gonna say, Jay?
I was just going to ask if we were ready to rate this.
There it is. Look,
but then I started thinking about. I did want to mention that there were only a few animation errors that I caught. So,
you remember any of them?
When Shaggy takes off the bat suit, you can still see a face in it. Like it's still like flesh colored where the cowl is. For a few frames, and then it goes back to being normal. So that was the one main one I remember.
Someone's been smoking weed.
Yeah, the animators.
Oh, you mean?
But no, it's just I was so uninterested that I just noticed all the animation errors.
A minuscule detail.
Yeah. So anyway, let's rate.
Yeah. Let's start with you, Oz. What would you rate Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2?
I'm gonna go 3.5. I enjoyed it.
Okay. Moses Magnum, Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2.
I'll do it like a 2.
Okay. Jay, what would you rate Scooby-Doo and Krypto 2?
I'm gonna give it a 1. Despite enjoying the last 10 to 15 minutes, it's just not worth it. The trek there, I don't think is worth it.
Okay. Yeah, I would give it a 3 myself. That's just middle of the road. And, there's some parts of it that actually did make me laugh, and other parts of it where it made me cringe.
So you didn't like it the most?
I didn't. No, apparently not. Like Oz snuck in there with the half. I'm like, oh.
That's what I do. I give you my half.
And you're gonna love it. No,
he feel.
So
All
but
right.
yeah. So moving on, let's do the Schlub.
Review.
Like
review.
Well, not like that, but like.
Review.
Like
review.
Well, not like that, but like.
Run it back.
There we go. My apologies.
He cut it at the best part. If you're gonna let it run, run all the way.
That's my joint right there.
So were we only supposed to read the first issue? Because I know the trade doesn't come out until like next month.
I read 3 issues because I read like when Oz brought it up.
Okay, I only read 3.
Okay, cool. Let's talk about 3.
I only read 2.5.
Okay, yeah. The Schlub is a 6-issue.
You're luckier than I am.
So, who wants to talk about, like, tell the people what the Schlub is?
I would, but I don't know if my technology is gonna work.
Okay. Well, look.
Okay.
What? Go ahead, Jay.
It's about a superhero has his body switched with the regular Joe, and he has to get him. The superhero has to get him to use his powers for the greater good to stop this evil necrotic enemy from destroying the world or something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Man,
Yeah.
and I thought fucking Scooby-Doo and Krypto was tedious. Holy shit. So it starts off with a big superhero fight, and it's pretty boring. Like nothing we haven't seen before. And then we're introduced to the Schlub. He's kind of a dick.
Yeah, except the camera is like pointed up from the inside of a woman's mouth.
Yeah, it's out the mouth to the dick. And he's just, I don't know, just unpleasant, and not in like an interesting like Duckman or Dan Versus kind of way. He's just unpleasant. Like, yeah, like, and so the superhero comes and he's just kind of bland and boring, and then the enemy is like just super typical, and then the body swatch happens and the dick does what you expect him to do, given superpowers, starts going on this boring revenge trip, and then eventually they work together. And
but is it really
it was so tedious. Like
is it really a boring revenge trip, Jay?
Yeah. I found it extremely boring. It's
because like what constitutes like the typical revenge trip, like for you, I guess.
Well, there's something like the Cape, like that was
right. What did he do?
He dropped that bitch in the fountain.
He killed somebody. Here,
no,
he
she was still breathing. She was still breathing.
All right. Physical harm to somebody directly. Like this dude still did the dumb. Like it's not, in my sense, it's not a typical revenge trip because like, oh, he goes and he like eavesdrops by accident, and then like burns a hole in the guy's boat, and then it sinks.
Like, yeah, eventually he does that.
Yeah.
But first he burns down his fucking brother's billboard. It's like, yeah, of course he did, because he's a dick.
It's not physical harm, like it's still tame, and when it comes to revenge trips.
So your point is it's exciting because it's tame?
No, I'm saying it's not typical revenge trip. Like you call it a typical revenge trip, I call it atypical because there's no physical violence. Nobody knows he did it.
Okay, so like when a arsonist burns down a building, that's atypical to you? Because I've seen stories about arson all the time.
If he's a known arsonist, then it's not typical. Like this superhero is not typical.
Lots of arsonists don't know. Like there are lots of arsonists that don't get caught.
Again, I'm telling you the stories we get told. The stories we get told about arsonists are not unknown arsonists, which makes this not a typical revenge trip when you talk about revenge trip stories.
No, it's typical.
All right. Like you see it as that, and
y'all can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, would you say it's good, Mo? Would you say it's a good revenge story?
It's at least that little revenge trip is a little funnier and different than the typical revenge trip. But again, maybe I've watched more revenge trip scenes or read more revenge trip comics than Jay has, and I have been different. So.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Oz, what did you think of the Schlub? You talked about it a little bit on the show last week.
I think I said a lot of kind of somewhere in between Jay and Mo. Like I like the premise, I like the idea. So I, went out and bought at least the first two, and I didn't hate it. Like I didn't feel it was tedious like Jay did. But then I never bought issue 3 or or anything after that. If I had asked to have it put on my pull list, I probably would have gotten all of them, but I didn't, and I don't regret not doing it
Right.
either.
You didn't feel compelled.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and even when we said we're going to talk about it today, I probably could have stopped by the comic book shop and picked up another issue or two, but nah.
He said, but nah.
I've just seen the concept done better, I think, way many times. Not that I can
that's fine.
bring one up, but the body swap hero, like I've seen it done way better with way more interesting characters, and this did not resonate with me. I did not want to keep reading after the first issue. The second issue didn't make me regret that. Like, didn't change my mind. The third issue didn't change my mind.
Damn.
Probably not going to read the fourth and fifth and sixth issues.
You have to, Jay. That's where it really starts picking up.
No. I bought them because I bought it all at once.
Well, there you go.
But I'm not going to keep reading it. Like, there's nothing here for me, I don't think. I might keep reading it, but I don't think there's going to be anything there for me. Like, I guess at the end of the third one, the guy is like meeting the superhero's parents or parent and sibling, and I'm like, man, I don't fucking care. Like, goddamn, I just don't care about this at all.
Spoilers.
I mean, I don't know what happens after that, but
yeah, but
I probably I might keep going. Well, because they're doing the symmetry, so he has to meet their parents, and the other guy has to be the parent for the dinner that he eavesdropped on.
Their lives suck in the same way,
like,
kind of.
Oh my god! It's like there's like one interesting character, and she barely shows up in it.
Which one is the one interesting character?
The ex-wife. Like, she's interesting, or comparatively. She's actually kind of bland. They don't do a lot with her, but she's more interesting than the Schlub and the Cassius. I think his name is Sirius or Cassius or something. Yeah, like he's boring. Like, that one chick isn't terrible. That one henchman chick. She's not the worst, but I think it's just I like her shorts.
I do like her shorts, and I like the little conversation, like one panel conversation they had that would have made it interesting. And if there's nothing beyond that in this book, then yeah, that would be a detriment.
Mo, how did you feel about the art?
I fucking loved it, man. Like, now the problem with the beautiful, like, it's almost psychedelic art. The problem with that is that just like any drug that's amazing, once you get more of it, it stops being amazing. So I'm trying to share my screen here because I did just from the first page. I'm like, yeah, I love the art. Let's see here. There it is.
What do you?
You're gonna see it in
I don't see it. Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't see it. Is it coming?
I'm under the
There.
layer, remember?
Yeah. No, I'm just.
And it's basically like the whoever the narrator is telling you about Roger, the schlub, while he's working, and he's having a conversation on the phone, as you can see here. And this opening scene was, I loved it, and I love like the details. Like it is, to me, it's great independent comic art. Like I love that, and that won me over. Uh, as the story progressed, the art got, there were some good pages, but when you're doing art at that level, like it's hard to like keep it exciting every page, especially when this story, like Jay says, it becomes a little tedious. It's hard to keep that level of art to pick up the slack. So I did see where, like, even though the art was good, I wasn't as wowed because the story was not as wowing, you know. And I love body swap genre as a genre. Like I love that. And then superhero body swap, I love too. Like I'm all in. And I actually bought the first issue of this without knowing what it was, just because I like the title, I like the font, I like that they put the number 1 at the bottom center instead of like off to the right. So it's like I know that's number 1. I'm buying it, you know? And so and then I never looked at it till Oz brought it up. Like, I know I bought that. Like, that sounds like something I would buy. Like, I like the word schlub is actually a funny word that tickles me in my brain. It's like, if your title is Schlub, I'm in, you know. But yeah, definitely, like it does get a little tedious with this body swapping thing. Like, I rather have the, like, if I was making the Freaky Friday version of this for the masses, it would be different. It wouldn't be done the way this comic book was. It's like the hero's perfect. He's just perfect. He learns to be humble by being in the human body. You know, that's it. No daddy issues, no sister, no father and sibling issues. No mirroring issues to the one dude. You know, and then the one dude would get whatever he has to learn from this. In these 2.5 issues I've read, there's nothing for him to learn. Like, he's still being the dick, and you know, like, even the book, the way it says, like, he's not the bad guy. He's just ordinary, like, but he's not ordinary. He's like still a douche. He's still a dick. But it's like he's not dick enough that where you want to see him to stop being a dick. You know what I mean? So it's like yeah. Actually, when they talk about his cholesterol shit, yeah, he should just die right here. Yeah, and then Kira Toriyama can live. You know, so it's not even like. Yeah, he can go so that, you know, OJ could keep living, you know? But it's still not like there's no redeeming quality to him yet. In 3, well, I assume 3 because I read 2.5, and there's no redeeming quality to him. Like, there's no reason why Fate should have him have that body swap opportunity to do something good with some, you know, different body powers, control over his life, control over others' life. You know, like, it's not even like I don't see him. It's already it's 6 issues. In 3 issues, he's not learning anything. You know,
Yeah.
And that, like, the only thing I like was when, you know, it's like when Sirius is in the human body, he's like, I've had 4 Americanos. Like, it's amazing. Like, that's the only true thing I see in this when it comes to like a benefit. He's like, he can enjoy food the way that, like, or coffee, mainly coffee, because coffee is amazing. But yeah, definitely, like, his like learning Americanos is like, I remember the first time I had a triple espresso. Like, that's how I felt. Yeah, like the art did that. But this comic book isn't about fucking coffee. It's about these 2 dudes swapping bodies to learn something, and they ain't learning shit. There's no like, one of them is not likable enough for you to want him to learn shit, and the other one is too like ideal that it's like if he doesn't learn it, he's this good already without learning and shit. Let him have fucking daddy issues. His daddy issues are probably the source of his fucking power at this point. So it's like let him fucking have it, you know? And that's what puts me in this book in the middle of the roadway where it's like I love the idea, I love the genre, I love the art, but I can't love this comic. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Oz? Like, did you like the art at all?
Yeah, I thought the art was great.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Like I said, I only read the first two, and like Mo implied, it starts to go downhill right after that. So I got the good ones.
Yeah, and you know, I think Mo's analogy is actually pretty spot on. Where it's like, I don't even know if the art goes downhill. It's just you get used to it, and it definitely has like it definitely has a great indie kind of feel to it. But maybe it does get worse. I don't know. Like,
well, no, the problem is with the art. I think the problem is that the story just doesn't get good. Like it doesn't go. And so when you read 1, 2, 3 issues, if the story's not going anywhere, as good as the art is, it's like it's not in this book particular. It's not enough. This book has a lot of deep. We're all siblings here. We're all the hated siblings to a degree, you know. Like, or well, no, not you, Larry. Everybody loves you, but for me, it's like, yeah, it's like my brothers see me like this guy sees me, you know, like. So it's like, I get it, but this story is just not pulling me in. The art could do whatever it can do, but the story is just not pulling it in. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Like for me, it's like I find the premise interesting, definitely, but I think you're right with like either one of the initial like main characters, whether you're talking about the hero or the schlub, one of them probably did need to be a little bit more likable. And the hero has a decent the hero has a decent personality, and you don't know that until like issue 4. So, you know, yeah. So that's why, like, I think what you all are saying does all ring true in the sense that, like, you know, they don't necessarily do enough with the characters in the beginning, and you know, I know we hadn't mentioned it, but the writers are Kenny Porter and Ryan Stegman, and
I like how
you know,
available Kenny Porter is.
what do you mean?
Like you can hire him from his page, from his webpage.
Oh, really? And just be like, "Hey, write some stuff."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, he does more than just writing. He also does consulting.
Oh, okay. Look, you looked into him. You're gonna hire him, Jay?
No, I just wanted to see what else he's done. Like if he's like, because the writing on this side I don't like. So I was trying to see if he did anything that I did like. And just on his page, he has like you could hire him. Like,
oh, okay.
But why?
Why can you hire him?
No. Like after reading this, like why would you? Like I thought because I saw the name Ryan Stegman and I saw the art and I'm I'm like, oh shit! Like I know I like Ryan Stegman. Like he's written, you know, X-Men shit I like, Spider-Man shit I like, you know. So it's like, let's see what he does here.
Has he written stuff you like, or has he drawn it? Because Ryan Stegman is, I know more as an artist. Like,
yeah, that might be the issue. Like he might have been an artist on stuff I like. Like I just recognize the name and grabbed, you know.
Oh yeah, like
even
Ryan Stegman.
Larry, you don't remember because you know how you are, but we met him
Yeah.
like twice.
We met Ryan Stegman?
Yeah.
When?
Like 3 Comic Cons ago or something like that. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that. I don't remember. I really don't. And like I saw
Yeah, I
his,
mean, we
his
went to the
picture.
booth, but like, yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's not like
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
yeah.
partying, or
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought we had a conversation with Ryan Stegman or
we
something.
did,
Oh,
but it was at his booth.
oh,
And it
okay.
was small, not
And
filmable.
say what? His booth was small.
No. Well, the conversation was small and not filmable.
Oh, got you. Yeah, I just like but Ryan Stegman, like all the King in Black stuff, that was all him. Like all art wise, and people like love that stuff. Like he was the dude, like basic, like all the pictures, at least if I'm not mistaken, I'm like all the pictures of Null that people like drool over are him, I'm pretty sure.
Did he
So
do the
yeah.
Silver Surfer one? Like, did he do Silver Surfer Black?
I don't know.
I don't think that was him.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great artist. Like, yeah. Well, yeah, because I feel like he's the like I don't yeah, you know what? I don't know if he did or not. Someone else would have to look that up. But
No,
but
it's
I mean,
Tried More did Silver Surfer Black.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that's
this
what
might
the
be
original came out.
we always talk about how when you're talking about writer artists, they usually have a strong suit. And like it definitely feels like Ryan Stegman's strong suit might be the art. Even though like the other side of it is it's a team writing job, right? And that might be Ryan Stegman saying like, hey, like I need the help because I have an idea, but I'm an artist, not a writer.
Well, after this, just stick to drawing. Like what I read so far, is stick to drawing.
Well, but he might have asked Kenny Porter to help him.
Yeah, again, you have bad people. You have a bad support system. Like you need ask Alan Moore. All right, ask Garth Ennis. Yeah,
Right. Ryan Stegman has Alan Moore's number. Like, hey,
ask Donny Cates. Like, like this story.
Yeah.
If Donny Cates wrote this story, it'd been a different thing. It probably still been, a 3.5, but it's at least it's more than I'm gonna give it today.
Yeah.
So,
anyway,
yeah, Ryan Stegman and Kenny Porter do the story. Terrell Cannon does the artwork.
Okay. Yeah. So. Okay.
And Kenny has done some stuff I want to check out.
Oh yeah, like what?
The Agents of Bloom, or
Agents
Legion of Bloom. I mean.
Okay. Cool.
But he also did Superboy, so
you don't want to check that out.
No, I don't like Superboy.
No.
Why don't you like Superboy?
Bloom.
Oh, I don't know. I just don't think he works well by himself.
But you're not gonna like Legion of Bloom either.
How do you know?
Because I've read it.
I know.
What?
He read it because
right.
What's his name is in it?
Yeah.
Well,
Who's
Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like I didn't even realize that's what that Bloom was.
What did you think it was?
Oh, I didn't know it was a DC book.
Like who else would have that name?
Agents of Bloom?
Legion of Bloom.
It's Legion of Bloom. I corrected myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was still stuck on Agents. I was like, Agents of Bloom could be anything, but Legion of Bloom.
Like it's good
Okay, man.
stuff, but it's not like if you want any of those characters, just read their old shit. Like it's not
Yeah.
good shit for them. Like it's almost like that Legion of Monsters where it's like, hey, you like Morbius, you like Werewolf by
Yeah.
Night, like, and Legion of Monsters I actually enjoyed, but I'm the only one.
Right.
Okay.
All right,
So
well,
are we
listen.
rating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys ready to rate this?
Yes.
Okay. Oz, what would you rate this schlub?
Guessing about 2.5. You know, the interesting concept, but it just didn't hold on to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay, what would you rate this schlub?
I'm gonna give it a -2.
What?
was a-
-2?
If it was like a one shot, I could have dealt with it, like maybe just giving it a 0. But it keeps going, and it's like, god damn. So I'm gonna give it a -2.
Jay's like, I'm offended. How dare you? How dare you persevere? Look, Jay's like, you know what? You're never going to succeed if you keep trying like this.
It just did not resonate with me.
Moses Magnum, what would you rate the schlub?
It's a 2. The art gives it that hard 2. The story, like the dialogue is fine. Even the situations is fine. The plotting of like the first issue towards the second, but there's just nothing. The characters are just lost on me. Like, and I want to be the schlub. Like, I want to. Like that's the type of dude that I can identify with, like just unlikable, but it's like in the story you kind of have to make him likable a little bit, you know. But there's not even the hero is likable. Like there's nobody. I can't perceive anybody here having a good, like, reasonable arc here, you know. And it's definitely like if it was 3 issues, they could probably water it down. I could be over with it, and now. There's 3 others that I bought like Jay ahead of time on just in case I liked it, you know, on Omnibus. So
yeah,
there goes my money. Yeah.
I give it like a 2.5 myself, because and honestly, I think what you're saying, it might very well be the case. Like in what I've read so far, I'm like, if this joint was like 3 issues instead of 6, it might be a good comic. But we might be taking too long to get to it. So, yeah, we'll see.
The more we see these characters, the less I want to know.
Let's do some final thoughts, and then we'll get out of here.
What about news?
Listen, I mean, we can do something real quick if you want.
I was timing it for.
No, we can't.
No,
You're timing it for what?
Did Jay go to bed?
Jay, give me some final thoughts, buddy.
So I started reading The Gauntlet because I wanted to read Grim Hunt, and then that made me read Craven's Last Hunt.
Oh,
and so now I have all those under my belt.
What'd you think of Craven's Last Hunt, Jay?
Dude, it's so fucking good. Like,
it's fucking amazing.
It's an amazing story arc.
I remember telling you that shit, yelling at you at Larry's kitchen, like, because you talk about Grim Hunt and all that. And I'm like, no, Craven's Last Hunt, like all that's derivative of that. Read Craven's Last Hunt, J.M. the Meanest. The shit's fucking great.
It's so good. It's so good. And Craven actually coins the term Superior Spider-Man. Like, it says, I'm the Superior Spider-Man because he kills Spider-Man kills, and then takes over as him and beats an enemy that he had to team up with Captain America to defeat. And he's like, yes, I'm the superior Spider-Man. And I'm done. Like, I did everything I want to do. Well, I'm out.
And then they blow
I'm out.
out. Right?
There it is.
Spoilers.
Until that bitch brings him back.
Yeah. Calypso.
But she gets her neck snapped for it, so.
Yeah.
Oh. Spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, and it's also what a fucking Zack Snyder ripped off for when they bring Superman back. Like that's the rip off we got it from. Was from
jeez. Oscar, give me some final thoughts.
Well, I don't know how superior of a Spider-Man he is.
The end. Got it. Most Magnum, final thoughts.
Hey, yeah, thank you for bearing with my issues. But yeah, I don't like it. I will sleep on top of my sword tonight.
Word. For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you. We'll be back next week. But in the meantime, please, like, subscribe, do all the things to help make this show more successful. Let us know what you want us to talk about more, what you'd like us to talk about less. We'll listen. And yeah, until next week, we're the Fantastic Forum. Good night.